Today is day 80. I've been paying attention to the trial just about from the beginning and decided to start giving my input on what's going on. I see a lot of people. Shout out to Seti Nash, shout out to Cowboy, shout out to all the people that give me inspiration to do what I'm trying to do. Hopefully everybody support me. Please subscribe. Again, this is my first video. I'm gonna try. Please make sure y'all comment on what I could do better. Thank you.
All right, all of our jurors are present. Anything else I need to take up with y'all before we bring our jurors out and call our first witness? Who's your first witness, by the way?
Our first witness will be Officer Clinton Hayes.
Okay. Sergeant Ingram, summon our jurors, please.
My name is Clinton Hayes, C-L-I-N-T-O-N. Last name Hayes, H-A-Y-S.
All right. Good morning, Officer Hayes.
Good morning.
Are you a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
And what do you do for?
I'm a police officer with the Atlanta Police Department.
What are we looking at here? On the screen up here.
That's Club Crucial.
On that sign, can you read what is in red?
Yes, Crucial.
Okay. And you can zoom in.
Young Dro performing tonight.
Sure.
Shout out Young Dro. So I think they're bringing in the overact of the fight that happened at Club Crucial. This was almost 10 years ago. I don't think YoungThug was there. I could be mistaken.
Do you recall if during directed patrol on January 6, 2015, any stops were made?
Yeah, pulled over a red Dodge sport utility vehicle, Durango.
Okay.
Yeah, the driver was named Alexis Greer. The passenger was named Jerika Hauser. The back driver's side passenger was Martinez Arnold, and the back passenger side passenger was DeMonte Kendricks. After we smelled marijuana, we pulled everybody out of the vehicle, put them in front of their car and standing by the sidewalk, and had other officers who were on scene directing patrol and watching them. And then Sergeant Murphy then searched the vehicle. Found a silver Smith & Wesson semi-automatic handgun.
Man, them boys was riding dirty.
I want to go back to getting out of the position that you were patrolling. And after the firearm and the marijuana was located within the vehicle, what if anything else took place after that?
Sergeant Murphy then went to detain Mr. Kendricks. Mr. Kendricks was wearing like a red and black leather jacket with shoulder straps. And I remember Sergeant Murphy went to grab on the shoulder straps to detain him, and Mr. Kendricks took off, fled on foot. He would have ran off this Hall Street. He would have ran this way.
Boy took off.
Street, which is this
That
one.
boy
Right
took
I
off.
want you to put some pressure on that mark so that it can show up where.
I got you.
Thank you.
Ran
That boy got
up
low.
through here, cut through the parking lot and up Hall Street. He then ran behind the first house to the left, and Officer Butler caught up to him and tased Mr. Kendricks.
I think show that out at this point.
Oh, your basis, sir.
What's the reason you think show?
Yeah, I'm unsure about that too, counsel.
You're
Bless you.
At this time, we're refreshing his recollection.
There's been no question to refresh his recollection.
This dude's a rookie, bro. I don't know what to say. He's a rookie, though, like for sure. Watch when he comes out, he's going to ask the question I should have asked it.
Earlier, you stated that marijuana was found in the vehicle. Was marijuana found anywhere else?
Yeah, marijuana was found in 3 different spots on the vehicle. He's a lieutenant now, but Officer Butler searched Mr. Kendricks after he got him in custody and found.
I stand the objection. Remember, one at a time, okay? No, it's one at a time, Mr. Weinstein, okay? All right, because remember, Miss Weaver has to be able to take you all down.
I understand.
No, you don't, because you keep objecting in harmony. Okay, well, why don't you all look at one another and see whether or not that would be rise.
Bro, this
first
judge
and who's
is
gonna object.
this judge is different, bro. Like I have never seen a judge like this before. That's so one-sided, and he gets at people so crazy, so disrespectful. In a manner that he talks to people, it's crazy as hell to me. Sorry.
The impact of the statement is affecting us.
So I'm sustain the objection.
Were you present during the search of the vehicle?
Yes, I was.
Were you able to observe officers as they searched the vehicle? You can answer that question.
Yes, I observed the vehicle being searched.
What, if anything, did you observe removed from the vehicle after the search?
A Smith & Wesson firearm and the passenger side back flap.
Okay. Is that it?
And marijuana was strewn all over the floorboards.
Okay.
If I was a defense, I would work him because he's new. He's a yeah. I will be all over his just like they is because he's new. The rookie. That boy's so green. It's crazy.
Who was seated closest to the firearm inside the red Dodge?
Mr. Kendricks.
Oh, sir.
And is that noted in your report?
Yes.
Okay. What was done with the firearm after it was recovered?
Officer Butler put it in evidence locker.
Was anyone charged with the possession of the firearm? The stolen firearm?
Yes, Mr. Kendricks was.
Why was he charged with it?
Because he was sitting the closest to it.
What? Because he was sitting closest to it. That doesn't even make sense to me.
After the occupants of the vehicle were either arrested or let go, what if anything?
They tearing his ass up. He got to go back to the desk and ask what's going on. They got him flustered.
Cross. Mr. Weinstein.
Morning, Officer Hayes. Good to see you again.
Good morning, sir.
I just want to ask you just a few questions about your testimony so far. You testified that you saw a Dodge Durango and you drew the path of the Dodge Durango.
Yes.
Did you see the Dodge Durango throughout the course of that path?
No, I heard the vehicle. I heard like the siren to pull it over. I heard my sergeant or my lieutenant come over the radio with the stop, and when I came out, it was already stopped.
So how did you know to draw that red path of the Durango if you didn't see it?
Because there's an entrance and an exit to it, like entrance. No, I just kind of speculated.
In 2015, when you pulled him over, how long had you been a police officer?
About 3 years.
In your experience during those previous 3 years, or even up till now, is it your experience that when you pull over a car and there's an African American in the back seat and it's 2 a.m, can I finish my question? I'm sorry, I'll stop.
I'm gonna sustain the objection.
Do you frequently find people fidgety in the back seat when they're pulled over?
Sometimes, but not really. I can tell if somebody's acting real fidgety, but most of the time, no.
You testified that an officer, and I'm sorry, I don't remember which officer, tased Mr. Kendrick.
Yes, sir.
Did you see that happen?
No, I didn't see it happen. I came up after.
I like the line of questioning that he's asking. He got him to say that he speculated was a big thing, even though it's not like major, but it's casting doubt. That's the job, bro. It could have been another car if you really think about it, but you never know. You didn't see it. So speculation. Beyond a reasonable doubt, bro. And I like this line of question. He's a good lawyer.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Just a few questions for you.
Sure.
Concerning this
Another good lawyer. Another good lawyer. Another good lawyer.
firearm, did you actually take possession of the firearm and deliver it to the locker?
No, Officer Butler did.
Okay. Do you know if that particular weapon was ever dusted for any fingerprints? Okay. So to your knowledge today, as you sit here, can you tell this jury whether or not there was ever any direct testing of the weapon for any linkage to any single individual that was in that car?
Objection, ask and answer.
Oh, rule the objection. You can answer.
No, sir.
Okay. And you never saw Mr. Kendrick with that weapon in his hand, and there's no other officer out there that actually saw that weapon in Mr. Kendrick's hand, correct?
No, sir.
And there was more than one person in the backseat of that vehicle, correct?
Yes.
And you didn't locate any bullets or anything of that nature on Mr. Kendrick, correct?
No, sir.
You didn't locate a holster or anything of that nature on Mr.
No.
Kendrick, correct?
I sustain the objection.
Do you know whether or not there were any holsters located on Mr. Kendrick?
No, there were none. I would put in the report.
Do you know whether or not there were any magazines or anything of that nature located on Mr.
No,
Kendrick?
sir.
And did you or anyone photograph the firearm?
Not that I recall. No.
Okay, all right. Thank you. No
Thank
further
you.
questions.
Any further examiners? Okay, all right, now.
I'll be brief.
You mentioned arresting Mr. Kendrick for a theft by receiving charge, correct?
Yes, sir.
That charge was later dropped, correct?
Sure. Yes, go ahead, sir.
Morning, sir.
You wrote reports in this case, correct?
Yes, sir.
And in fact, you wrote a report about when I believe it was Mr. James Sanders.
He's always coming up asking for reports. That's why I'm laughing, bro. I've been watching this for a while. And I know for a fact that the DA is playing it dirty. They have not been giving the defense discovery, bro. They popping shit up late. They're all of a sudden interviews, video interviews, audio interviews, and shit is not where it's supposed to be, and it's crazy. So him getting up here asking about reports, I already know where he's going to get at.
Wanted his gun back, correct?
Yes, I'd have to look at the supplement, but I think that I'm just going to take your word for it. That was his name.
If you need to look at the supplement, feel free to.
I don't have it in front of me. Okay. Yeah.
And Mr. Sanders wanted his gun back, correct?
Yes, sir.
And initially you told him it was evidence, so he would have to wait till the case was over,
Yes.
correct?
Mhm.
And you contacted the district attorney's office.
Yeah, I didn't remember that part, but yes.
And they informed you that they were not proceeding with the gun charges against Mr. Kendrick. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
They had dropped the case.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Checkmate. Checkmate. Why are you bringing up a case that was dropped? Coming up here to save him. She's coming to save him. She's coming to save him. She's coming to save that man. She is coming to save that man. That is Miss Love. That is Miss Love. My grandmother taught me never to say I hate someone, but that lady is dirty. She's finna get at. She came to help him. She came to help that brother. He was drowning. That boy was drowning. That boy was drowning. She came to help that brother. Cause these some shocks. These some shocks.
At this time, Your Honor, the state now moves to the state exhibit 1210.
Objection, Your Honor, relevance.
Can I see 12 Tango, please?
I'm gonna let you know before I even press play. This judge is gonna let this in. He's gonna let it in. He lets everything in from them, bro. I don't even understand why he's even asking to see it. It doesn't matter if he's seen it or not. He's gonna let it in. So watch how quick he say yes. I don't even gotta watch how quick he let it in.
Any further objections, sir? All right, it's admitted over objection, maybe post.
Thank you.
Told you.
And do you see that individual seated in this courtroom today?
Yes, sir.
No further question.
Damn, that nigga look
Sir,
like a
one-
blade.
Mr. Matthews.
Nigga look like a
Sure.
vampire.
Any other examiner? All right, any further redirect?
Nothing further to say.
All right, at this point, Officer Hayes be permanently temporarily excuse your witness.
Temporarily, Your Honor.
All right, Officer Hayes, we're going to temporarily excuse your witness. That means you're subject to, hold on, you're subject to being recalled. We'll give you plenty of notice or advance notice of when you need to come back, but don't discuss your testimony with anybody except the attorneys in this case, okay?
Okay, yeah. So I'm good for the day.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, all right. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, sir.
All right,
Your Honor, one quick-
yes.
whenever-
Hold up. That was crazy. Watch when he get up and watch what he do. That's
All right,
crazy.
any further redirect?
Even though that's
Nothing further to say.
All right, at this point.
even though that's his witness
Officer Hayes be
or
permanently temporarily excuse your witness. All
whatever, he's not supposed to
right, Officer Hayes, we're going to temporarily.
watch this. That's crazy. The handshake is crazy.
All right, counsel, how about we, and ladies and gentlemen, jury, how about we take a comfort break for about 10 minutes, and then we'll see where the day leads us from there. All right, all rise.
Judge comfort break. Judge overrule. That's what I call him. Judge comfort break. Judge overruled.
I sustain the objection. I sustain the objection. You can't answer that.
Miss Love is coaching this man.
Is it uncommon for arrestees to have to wait hours inside the jail to do it? Actually, even though-
I'll sustain this form. You can rephrase.
What if any, where do the arrestees wait before moving?
In the intake area.
About how long, average wait time, Judge, Your Honor?
She is saving this man. They all over his ass. They is all over his. She trying to save him though. She trying to save him. Miss Love trying to save him.
No further questions.
State, call your next witness.
Your Honor, count 2 at 16 through 20, the state calls Ms. Shawana Edmonds.
All right, Ms. Edmond, please. Ms. Edmond, good afternoon, ma'am. If you would please approach the witness stand. Once you get there, if you would turn and face our name and be sworn as a witness, please.
Yes. Okay. Hi, my name is Shawana, Shawona. Last name Edmond, Edmond.
Good afternoon, Ms. Edmonds.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Ms. Edmonds, would you tell the jury who you are in relation to Donovan Thomas?
Hi, I'm Shawana Edmond. I'm Donovan Thomas' mother.
I'm going to show you what
Oh,
I have
shit.
marked as State's Exhibit 3 Yankee,
Oh
and
shit.
I will show it.
So this is Nuts Mom. This is YFN Lucci's, I believe, friend or manager, but this was top dog. This is the meat and potatoes. This is what we're here for. This is the mother of Donovan Thomas, the one that was killed in front of a barbershop, coming out of a barbershop. This is the whole thing that supposedly had sparked a big war in Atlanta after her son died. I pray for her, man. At the end of the day, I don't wish death or jail on anybody. He knows that it's going to be big, too. That's why he won't approach. He knows, and he sees what Miss Love is trying to do or is about to do. So it's crazy. Miss Love, she's a dirty one. Like, she's good at what she does, but she's very dirty. They already know what she's about to try to do, so this is going to be good. So let's pay attention. Mr. Steele knows what she's about to do.
You may continue, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Edmond, I'm going to show you what I have marked as State's Exhibit 3Y or Yankee, and ask you if you recognize the person depicted in the photograph that is labeled State's Exhibit 3Y.
Yes,
You recognize that person.
that's my son, Donovan Thomas.
Is that a fair and accurate representation of your son, Donovan Thomas, in life?
Yes.
Your Honor, the state tenders State's Exhibit 3 Yankee as evidence.
All right, any further objection? I'm going to admit 3 Yankee over objection. Hold on one second. Madam, in the front row. Madam, with a small child. Madam, you can either do one or two things. You can stand in the vestibule and you can still listen, or you can go to 8H where you can still be able to see it, okay? because I can't compete with your little one. Thank you.
He's kicking a lady out that has a child. I didn't even know that it was open to the public. I know they have another room in the courthouse. I was in Georgia recently, but I didn't end up going. I wanted to go support the trial and view what it was like. But I heard, and from what I see in the Zoom room, another room that they have people sit in that's nearly always empty. But I didn't know that they actually had the public inside the room with them, which is crazy.
All right, go right ahead.
Thank you. Would you tell the jury who it is that is depicted on State's Exhibit 3?
That's my son, Donovan Thomas Jr. We call him Peanut.
Yeah, that's nut. That's nut.
I'm just him growing up. He was smaller than he was as now. We just thought when he was born, he was just a cute little peanut, and the name just grew with him.
When was the last time that you saw your child alive?
Just notice that what she does, she gets in front of the camera because she doesn't want her witnesses on camera. She fights against it all the time. So she stands in front of them. She stands in front of the camera on purpose when they're supposed to be standing in the middle, but she stands on this side on purpose. She does this shit all the time. And it's not fair to the media. And it's not fair to these people that's fighting for their lives. They're supposed to have a public trial. They're supposed to have a trial. They're supposed to be able to face their people. And if you're coming here to be in this trial, it's public. It's supposed to be public. It's not supposed to be closed off. This is another dirty tactic that she does. It's foul that she does this. It's crazy. I don't agree with it.
The last time I saw my baby was.
The crying and shit on
Give me a minute, please.
Yeah, the crying is crazy.
It's marginally relevant, so let's move on.
Do you remember the last day that you talked to your son? And Your Honor, I'm going to go right into something else after this.
All right.
Do you remember the last day that you talked to your son?
Yes, I spoke with him on January the 10th, 2015, that morning, but it was afternoon.
When you talked to your son between 2 and 4 on January the 10th, 2015, without talking about anything he said in particular, are you able to tell the jury whether he was anxious or apprehensive about anything?
No, he was just normal.
Basis. That was Mr. Steele and Mr. Sharp? Or no, Mr. Harvey? I sustain the objection.
Did you observe your son working in the field that you're describing for the jury?
I did.
And did that involve working with music artists?
Yes.
Are you familiar with a person by the name of Rayshawn Bennett or Gucci? Did you ever see your son interact with Gucci?
Yes.
Was Gucci one of the artists that your son worked with?
Yes.
Are you familiar with a person by the name of Javon Fly Henry as well?
Yes.
Did your son work with that person as well?
Yes. I think with the label, Think It's a Game.
Is Think It's a Game the label that Mr. Henry owns?
Yes.
I sustain the objection.
Who owns Think It's a Game?
Mr. Henry.
And if you would do me a favor and lean into the microphone so that I can hear your voice back here and direct your voice.
Sure. Mhm.
Now, did you personally ever visit Think It's a Game Records?
No, I did not.
Do you remember when it was that Chris Markel Bennett died?
Yes, I can't remember the exact month, but the year was 2011.
And do you remember how he died?
It was homicide.
And when did you learn, better yet, let me ask you this, what happened to your son? Did he die of natural causes?
No, my son's death was a homicide.
Did he die on January 10th, 2015?
Yes, he did.
Was he shot, stabbed, or something else?
I sustain the objection.
No, she said homicide. She didn't say how.
Invite speculation unless she knows.
Do you know how your son died?
Yes, he was shot. It was the homicide once.
Did you lay your son to rest? Did you bury
Yes,
him?
yes, we did.
When did you bury your son?
It was January 17th, 2015.
Did you visit your son's grave?
Yes, I visited him on birthdays, Father's Day, and just days in general that I felt I wanted to just go there.
Did your son's gravesite remain as it did when it was first placed in the years following his murder? Was there ever a time where it was vandalized?
Yes, it was. It was Father's Day 2019.
That shit is not okay. You never supposed to disrespect the dead, bro. That's just crazy.
You have to renew your objection?
January 19th, it was Father's Day. I drove up to my son's gravesite, and once we drove up there, we noticed that the gravesite had been vandalized. And when I got out the car, I wasn't familiar with the word, but some of his other friends brought the word. It was something was spray painted, slapped on his grave, and it was chiseled around the size of the headstone.
When you said January,
it was Father's Day.
You meant 2019. I'm going to show you now what has been marked as State's Exhibit 4 Yankee, for the record, and what has already been shown to you. Please spell it.
Now that is out of line, bro. That is out of line. I guarantee that it wasn't no one from YSL that did this shit. Probably was like a weird fan or something that did this, but that is out of line, bro. You don't disrespect the dead, bro. That's just crazy, bro. It's out of line.
What is written across your son's tombstone?
It's you spell it out.
Spell it out.
SLATT.
And is State's Exhibit 4 Yankee a fair and accurate depiction of the gravestone as you found it on Father's Day 2019?
Yes, it is.
Would you tell the jury for the record what color the letters SLAT are written across your son's gravesite?
It's green.
Before you saw that, did those letters have any significance to you personally?
No, it did not.
Did you ever see your son wearing those letters on any article of clothing that he wore?
No, ma'am, I did not.
Did you ever see your son prominently displaying green attire at any particular time?
No, I did not.
And do you know who it was that put SLATT across your child's gravestone?
No, I did not. No, I
I don't think no one from the YSL side did it. I really think it could be a fan, bro. Are people like that doing weird, bro? You know how people are, bro. But no excuse, bro. That shit's shady. I don't think it should be brought up in the trial.
Yes.
Miss Love is gonna scrape the bottom of the barrel to be able to get anything that looks bad, makes him look bad. She's a dirty one, I'm telling you.
How do you recognize the vehicle depicted in those photographs?
That was my son's vehicle.
And are those fair and accurate reflections of your son's vehicle?
Yes.
All right, hearing no objection, they are admitted and may be published as you see fit.
Thank you. What are we looking at in State's Exhibit 24?
We're looking at my son's truck.
Are you familiar with a person named Kelvin Watts?
Yes, I am.
How are you familiar with a person by that name?
He's Donovan's brother, too. Donovan's older brother and him are biological brothers.
Would you tell the jury the name of Donovan's older brother?
Donovan's older brother is Dontavius Thomas.
And is that your son?
That's my son.
Did Kelvin go by the name Kelvin? Did you call him Kelvin?
No, I just called him Kale.
Did you ever know him to be called Shell Kale?
No, not me personally, no.
You mentioned Marquavius Curtis. Did he have a nickname?
Greedy.
And you said earlier something with respect to Rayshawn Bennett. How often would you say that Rayshawn Bennett has come to your house?
Maybe twice that I remember.
And who was it that accompanied him, if anyone, when he came to your house? That is, when Rayshawn Bennett came to your house.
My son, Donovan Thomas.
Do you remember the year that Rayshawn Bennett or Lucci first visited your home with your son, Donovan?
It was around 2014, summer. 2014.
Are you familiar with the man, the name Jeffrey Williams?
Yes.
Has Jeffrey Williams ever come to your home with your son?
No.
What happened to your son's Chevy Tahoe after his death?
We refurbished it and it was repaired and we painted it black.
Was there 1, 2, or more than that bullet holes in your son's truck?
It was several.
Did you ever hear any music that referenced rounds in a Tahoe that caused you concern?
Yes.
How did you come about hearing music referencing rounds in a Tahoe?
I'll sustain the objection.
Okay, let me ask you this, Ms. Edmond. Did you know whether or not your son was involved in a gang while he was alive?
Yes.
Do you know what gang?
The blood gang.
When did you learn that your son was involved in the blood?
I'm a mother. I just knew something was different and something came to me and I asked him. He was open with me and that's how it went from there.
Did you ever see him wearing any articles of clothing with the letters ABG on? What did you understand it to stand for?
I was told all about God.
I'm
sorry.
No, madam.
And Your Honor, I'm going to, if the court will allow me to ask a follow-up question, I think it will. Your Honor, may I approach?
I'm gonna instruct the jury to disregard the witness's last statement. You can rephrase that.
Thank you. Did you come to later understand ABG to have a different meaning than what you originally were led to believe?
Yes, I did.
Did you ever see your son wearing any articles of clothing depicting the letters IF?
I saw t-shirts that he had made.
Okay. Did your son ever bring anyone to your home by the name of Diamante Kendrick?
No, not to my knowledge.
Did your son ever bring anyone to your home by the name of Marco Lucio?
No, not to my knowledge.
Did your son ever bring anyone to your home by the name of Marvius Nichols?
No, not to my knowledge.
Did your son ever bring anyone to your home by the name of Rodelius Wine?
No, not to my knowledge.
Did your son ever bring anyone to your home by the name of Shannon Stiller?
No, not to my knowledge.
What about Shannon Jackson?
No, not to my knowledge.
Did your son ever bring anyone to your home by the name of Kenneth Copeland?
No, not to my knowledge.
Did your son ever bring anyone to your home by the name of Quindarius Zachary?
No, not to my knowledge.
Did your son ever bring anyone to your home by the name of Antonio Smith?
No, not to my knowledge.
Did your son ever bring anyone to your home by the name of Antonio Summers?
No, not to my knowledge.
Did your son ever bring anyone to your home by the name of Philippe Patton?
No, not to my knowledge.
Did your son ever bring anyone to your home by the name of Demekion Garland?
No, not to my knowledge.
Did your son ever bring anyone to your home by the name of Jimmy Winter?
No, not to my knowledge.
Did your son ever bring anyone to your home by the name of Walter Murphy?
No, not to my knowledge.
Did your son ever bring anyone to your home by the name of Truncated Smith?
No, not to my knowledge.
Thank you.
Seems like
All right, Mr. Sharp.
it seems like they only brought her here just to basically say that they weren't friends. That's basically what she's trying to do is convince the jury that they weren't friends, which they already know that they weren't friends, bro. They were business partners from what I understood, but I don't think they were actually friends. I don't think anyone's saying that they were friends. Who's up?
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hi, good afternoon.
You testified about your son's gravesite.
Yes,
Is that in Atlanta?
yes,
Okay. Father's Day 2019.
2019, yes.
Okay. Did you report what happened to your son's gravestone to the police or the district attorney's office?
You know, we reported it to the Lincoln Cemetery Waterley gravesite, and they did the investigation.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't call out any officials.
Do you know how the district attorney's office obtained the picture?
I did not.
Okay. Do you know if anyone was ever charged or arrested for that incident?
No, not to my knowledge.
Okay, thank you.
Any further examination?
Good afternoon, ma'am. My deepest sympathy.
Thank you.
I'd like to show you.
I just want you to pay attention to something. Watch how she reacts anytime someone asks a question. She is so invested in this, like emotionally invested. For some reason, I've never seen a district attorney act like this.
With the court's permission, Mr. Williams, exhibit number 13. It'll
Yes.
pop up on a screen next to you. Ma'am, do you see what has been marked and entered into evidence as Mr. Williams number 13 to your left?
Yes,
Okay. And is that your child in the white shirt?
yes, it is.
Okay. And do you know the person that your child is with in that picture?
Yes,
And tell the ladies and gentlemen jury who that is.
that's Jeffrey Williams. I seen that posting after his passing.
Okay. And that says me and little bra. You see that?
Yes, I do.
Mr. Steele just showed that they were business partners or they knew each other. They were in good condition, but that really doesn't show. Like, they could have got into it afterwards. But like, he's opening the door for Miss Love to come in.
30 and 33 was given to you, not from 2023. No, it's already been marked and shown to you previously. You have seen it, but it's going to be shown to you again. I said it's going to be shown to you.
Okay, have Mr. Kokomo approach the state and let the state look at Mr. Williams.
See what I'm saying, bro? She is a piece of work, bro. A piece of work, bro. She is emotionally invested as hell. Peep the exchange on how she reacts to things, bro. She don't like Mr. Steele. She don't like nobody in the defense side. They're not supposed to be friends, but they're supposed to be cordial. And the way she reacts and talks to people is crazy.
Your question is, are you asking me, do I recognize those pictures?
Yes, and yes, that is the question.
Yes, I've seen those pictures before.
Okay, and that's for both of them, and I'm just formal. So Mr. Williams number 30, and then Mr. Williams number 33. That's what you said. Yes, you're familiar with them. You've seen them.
Yeah, I've seen them before, yes.
Your Honor, now I move for the admission again. Mr. Williams number 30 and 33.
Any further objections?
No, Your Honor.
All right,
Do you recognize again the big business _entertainment_ nut?
Yes,
And that's your son's Instagram account or
yes,
social media account?
yes,
All right, and then in this one, do you recognize the picture at the top? Do you know who that young man is?
yes.
And who is that?
Jeffrey Williams.
And then do you recognize in the center picture who that person is in the white?
Yes, I think that's the artist Birdman.
Okay, and then next to him, and it's also the bottom, so it's in the center, a young female, you see the person in the center, and then again on the bottom, you know who that is? Do you recognize who that
I
is?
do not, yes.
All right, if we can go to Mr. Williams number 33. And then this is number 33 you just saw, and then I'm going to ask Mr. Kokomo to just blow it up. And do you see again and recognize that's your son's social media account? posted?
Yes,
And then this one, the gentleman on the left, do you recognize that photograph?
yes.
And who is that?
That's Jeffrey Williams.
YSL Entertainment and Club Crucial present YoungThug celebrity birthday celebration, fair to say.
That's correct.
And then at the bottom of your child's posting, you see that August 12, 2014.
Yes,
Did you know Jeffrey Williams' birthday is August 16th? Do you know when Jeffrey Williams' birthday is?
I do not.
And once it's ready to play, it's already in evidence.
Mhm.
It'll pop up again, same place. And if you could just watch it when we're going to play, we can play the whole thing, but I was going to play the first 20 seconds, okay? It's a freestyle video. It's been entered into evidence already, Your Honor. It's a music video.
I'm not trying to get copyright. So I'm gonna mute this part just so we can see it. But I'm not gonna.
Do you recognize that gentleman in the picture in the white shirt?
Yes, that's my son.
Okay, and do you know who he's handshaking?
Yes, that's the artist Rich Homie Quan.
I'll move on.
Okay.
Have you ever seen Greedy? You know who you identified as Greedy earlier?
Yes,
And Greedy to you, just remind the jurors.
that's my son, Jonathan Thomas's brother.
And we were aware that Greedy was also in a music video with Mr. Williams number 22A screenshot.
The one on my right with the red lettering in the front, that's Donovan's brother, Greedy. And the gentleman in the middle, Jeffrey Williams.
That's fine. Again, my deepest sympathy.
You were shown a picture of Marquavius Curtis in a screenshot from a video with defendant Jeffrey Williams. Do you know about conflict between Marquavius Curtis and members of a group called YSL after January of 2015?
I heard the things that was just going on.
I sustain the objection.
To your knowledge, was Marquavius Curtis cordial with Jeffrey Williams or any other members of YSL post January 10th, 2015?
I'm recording, bro.
Not to my knowledge.
I'll sustain the objection, sir.
Was Marquavius Curtis cordial with Jeffrey Williams post January 10th, 2015?
I sustain the objection. Lay more foundation if you want to ask that.
Did you ever observe Marquavius Curtis with Jeffrey Williams after January 10th, 2015?
No, I did not.
Did you ever observe Marquavius Curtis with Martinez Arnold after January 10th, 2015? I asked what she observed.
I'll overrule the objection.
Did you ever observe Marquavius Curtis with Martinez Arnold after January 10th, 2015?
No, I did not.
Did you ever observe Marquavius Curtis with Diamante Kendrick after January 10th, 2015?
No, I did not.
Just one second. Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Any recross? Counsels for defense. All right. May Ms. Edmond be permanently temporarily excused the witness.
All right, thank you.
All right, Ms. Edmond, I'm going to permanently excuse your witness. Thank you for being with us today and for your patience. And please don't discuss your testimony with anybody except the attorneys in this case, okay?
Thank you.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Again, she basically showed that they weren't friends. The defense showed that they've been around each other. The brother's been around Thug. Doesn't show anything that they could be having any issues.
All right, state, call your next witness.
At this time, Your Honor, state call for stand Investigator Smith.
All right, summon Investigator Smith, please. Good afternoon, sir. Sir, if you please approach the witness stand. Once you get there, before you sit down, if you'd be so kind to turn and face Sergeant Ingram, be sworn as a witness.
So there's a crime scene tech from when Nut got killed. I was just trying to hear him out to see where he was coming from on things. Yeah.
You talk about the flow of the process. What do you mean?
You want to be somewhat organized. You just don't want to go up there and throw a bunch of markers down and hope you catch everything. You got one chance to get it, one chance only. So you got to get everything that you could possibly find on a crime scene, because once you release the crime scene, it's going to be hard to say that this piece of evidence came from this area that isn't collected that night. So you got to be methodical. You got to take your time and try not to overlook anything.
Counsel, why don't we do this? And your clients may do this as well. They can go ahead and take comfort. Mr. Williams, you can go ahead and Mr. We'll just reconvene when everybody gets back, okay? All right, so we'll be in recess. All right, counsel, since it is almost 4:45, and my rough math would indicate that you were going to attempt to discuss some almost 200 exhibits with our current witness, it might be an appropriate time for us to transition. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Our jury has left us.
So it's looking like they're about to end for the day. They don't want to keep going on, and they're not going to have enough time. And they're trying to have this guy come back probably next week or something on the 28th, which is not this. Yeah, next week, I guess, Tuesday. They're trying to get him to come back and finish up what he's here to testify for. So last week, they're about to go over some stuff. I'll let it explain, and then I'll dig back in a little bit more to explain what's going on.
All right, Mr. Brown, is it likely, given what your witness has told, your witness, that is Investigator Smith, do you believe you'll be able to complete your examination of him?
I certainly will do my best to still to my colleagues.
Okay, we need to probably finish him on Tuesday, whatever length of time that takes, since he's traveling, and he won't be back for another 2 weeks. So that's my directive to you. So be prepared, maybe a long day.
It is, Your Honor, that was my original objection. My colleagues.
Okay, I'm going to take yours right now. I'm going to go to another examiner in just a second. I will direct the state to remove this particular page from this exhibit. Do you have any other basis for objection on this CAD report?
Your Honor, I believe that the other pages are descriptions of work done by, I believe it would be crime scene tech Stewart.
They're photo descriptions, yes.
And I do not believe those would be classified as a police report, would not be admissible as business record exception. And I've been in case Brown v. State 274 Georgia 31.
Let me hear Brown again. 231 what?
274 Georgia 31.
What year?
2001.
That was before Evans Code was revamped, sir.
I understand. I believe that the hearsay rules in regard to business record exception, I don't believe that they changed the new evidence code. And Your Honor,
What did he just say?
And to answer that, Your Honor, I want to make sure that,
Sit your rookie ass down, boy. Talking too fast. You had me at the beginning, bro. You were cool.
Okay, Mr. Short, I did in fact read Brown at 274, Georgia 31. It's been distinguished by Thompson versus at 332, Georgia Appeals 204, cited March the 30th of 2015. And it says in pertinent part, Thompson contends the trial court committed a reversible error in admitting the loss prevention report under business records exception to the hearsay rule, OCGA 24-8-8036, because the trial during this case was conducted in April of 2013. Georgia's new evidence code applies. Business records are admissible as an exception to the hearsay rule if certain criteria are satisfied. Unless the source of information or method or circumstances of preparation indicate a lack of trustworthiness, subject to the provisions of Chapter 7 of this title, a memorandum, report, record, or data compilation, any form of acts, events, conditions, opinions, diagnosis is admissible if A, made at or near the time of described acts, events, conditions, opinions, or diagnosis, made by or from information transmitted by a person with personal knowledge on the business duty to report, kept in the regular course of business activity, nor is a regular practice of that business activity to make the memorandum, report, record, data compilation as shown by the testimony of the custodian or other qualified witness or by certification that complies with paragraph 11 and 12 or 12 of 24-9-902 or by any other statute permitting certification. So I'm going to overrule your objection on that basis.
Your Honor, may I perfect the record? Because
Yes,
I think
you
there
can.
is a distinction.
Say again?
May I perfect the record? Because I believe there is a distinction. If I could just be heard.
Tell me what the distinction is.
Okay, in Thompson, from what I'm understanding,
Bro, it don't matter what the distinction is, bro. It really don't matter. You're going to overrule it. Anything that he says, you're going to overrule. Just so you know. Just so you know, that's what he does. Is judge overrule. That's what I call him. It's overrule because he overrules every goddamn thing, bro. That shit is crazy. So that is the end of the day, day 80. I am Marb. Don't forget the producer. Please make sure in efforts to help me like, subscribe, and share. Help me out. I'll be here for the next video. Please make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share. I'm trying to quit my job, man. I'm trying to do this full time. Please make sure y'all comment on what I could do better. Please comment on what y'all think. Bye.